Self-awareness is a superpower. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. My name is KathyLaDonna, and this message is what your life path needs to know right now. Before I get into the message, please give this video a thumbs up so that it could be recognized by the algorithm and it could help the channel to grow. Number 9, you are a natural humanitarian. And because of that, this is the time where you are needed more than ever. And what's interesting is that no one will have to call you to be of service because it is in your DNA to want to know how can you help. It is natural for you to basically be focused on the greater good of the whole because that is what you do. My message to you, though, is that it is very important for you to check in with yourself and find out what is most important to you. What do you believe in and why? And it is very important for you to tap into the energy of Source. And you do so by being grateful, finding something to be grateful for, and keep finding small things to be grateful for. Excuse me, because when you find small things to be grateful for, that will align you into the frequency of love. And when you are in alignment with the frequency of love, you will only act from a place of love, and that will allow the universe, the creator, the creative energy, the angels, and all positive guiding energy to use you because you are tapped in to Source. Because great gratitude will help you to tune into that station. Journaling is also extremely important because it'll help you to unload yourself. And the reason why this is extremely important for you, number 9 humanitarians, is because you guys don't like to rock the boat. You guys are natural peacekeepers, peacemakers. And because you are a peacekeeper and a peacemaker, out of fear, sometimes you can be a chameleon. And when I say a chameleon, I don't mean it in a negative way. In order to keep the peace, you will align yourself with someone's way of thinking or doing and make it seem as if those are also your beliefs. And in the process of doing that, yes, you will keep the peace with that person. And you might even win them by making them like you a little bit. But at the same time, you are not being true to yourself. And like a kite or a plastic bag, you are constantly being pushed and pulled in different directions. And when it's all said and done, you won't know what is your beliefs and what is someone else's beliefs if you are constantly being pushed and pulled and being molded to different ways of being and doing. And like I said, being a humanitarian and someone who is all about service and being there for others and being of service to others, you don't want to be on the wrong side. Meaning, if you are working from a place of fear and limitations, then you are aligned with the frequency that's only going to be guiding you from that place of fear. And if you're being guided from a place of fear, then there is no love there. So it is extremely important for you to be clear about what's important to you. And this is the time more than ever for you to be very selective about the kind of people that you associate yourself with, about the kind of groups that you join, and about the kind of information and foods that you consume. Because as a number 9, again, naturally, I feel like you're an empath. So because you are an empath, you can pick up what other people need. And you have the ability to see potential in people. And sometimes potential is not enough. Because a person might have the potential to be something or someone great, but at the moment they are operating from the lowest vibrations to where they could be danger to themselves and at the same time be danger to you. But it is hard for you to see that because you are focused on their potential. So number 9s, use your empathic ability to see the truth, to see your truth in situations so that you won't align yourself with the wrong people, with the wrong vibration, and be working on the wrong side. And I say the wrong side in the sense that you are a humanitarian. You are a person that is here to pretty much guide people to the next level. You know, guide people back to the number 1 vibration, which is the next level. But it's easy for you to say, for example, you are hanging out with Susie and you see the potential in Susie, that Susie could, and no offense if you're watching and your name is Susie, but I needed a name. You're hanging out with Susie and Susie has the potential to be a great leader, but at the same time, Susie is spreading a message that is pushing fear and that is serving people up to a negative vibration where they will be trapped. And because you like Susie so much, you don't want to rock the boat with Susie. So you go along with Susie's flow, and Susie shares different memes or different things with you that she's about to post on her profile. And instead of saying, hey, Susie, I don't think you should share that because it's causing people to become fearful and making them think that there is no hope. It's like you might be too afraid to stand up to Susie and say, hey, Susie, what you're doing is wrong. So that's how you could be working for the wrong side, where you are indirectly encouraging Susie, allowing her to think that what she is doing is right when it isn't right because you're too afraid to say, Susie, what you're doing is wrong. And knowing what your values are, what your morals are, what is important to you, and what your intentions are. It is important that you know that to your core, because not knowing that makes you narcissistic supply, makes you a magnet to narcissistic people, because you show up and you be exactly what they need. You don't rock the boat and you allow them to think what they're doing is okay and even support bad behavior, not meaning to. So I encourage you, once you know what's important to you, you can gravitate towards those people who are spreading a message or being of services in ways that you want to be of service. But sometimes in the beginning, you know, a person can start out with good intentions, and after a while you can realize that, you know, for some reason things have been compromised and their good intentions are no longer as good as, you know, are no longer what you thought it was in the beginning. Then you have to be brave enough to walk away. And similar to the number 4 energy, the number 9 has a hard time walking away. The number 9 is the last number in numerology because anything else that comes after the number 9 is reduced and back to a number 1 energy. So some people will remain at the top, the top of the lowest level, just to say that they're on top. So yes, you have to be willing to be honest with yourself and allow the people who love you and care about you to be honest with you, and know when it's time to walk away, know when it's time to leave. I feel like everything that's happening in the world also could be a blessing in disguise for people strongly associated with the number 9 energy, because you may have found for years you were either taking a course, trying to accomplish a course or get a degree that wasn't within your higher self, or working for a company that wasn't for your higher self. You may have gotten into the company because, I don't know, maybe your college roommate decided that that's something they wanted to do and they told it so well to where you were convinced, or maybe your parents or siblings or someone you love thought it would be great for you to pursue a certain path. And you pursue the path, and even though you were unhappy on this path, it was hard for you to walk away. And with everything that's happening in the world, it has pushed you to follow a new path. And before you get into this new path, because similar to the number 4, it's like once you commit, you commit. You want to take your time and make sure whatever path that you are moving into next is one that is in alignment with your greatest good. What are your values? What's important to you? What do you aspire to be? What kind of difference do you want to make in this world? Knowing all those things is extremely important before you commit yourself to another process, because chances are you're going to be doing it for a very long time. And yeah, with everything that's going on right now, if you don't want to work for someone, I feel like this is a great time for you to start your own company. As a number 9, you know people, you are well connected. So I can see you bringing different groups of people together or starting your own nonprofit organization. But regardless of whatever it is that you do, you will be extremely successful because you know people and people naturally like you. But before moving forward, be clear about what is important to you, because you don't want to trap yourself by not being clear, starting something that's totally against who you are and what you stand for, and be forced to move forward with it anyways and keep doing it because you're too afraid to walk away, or because other people's lives are now involved and you don't want to disappoint anyone. It's important to stand your ground and be clear about who you are and what you believe in, and not be a people pleaser to where you find yourself trapped in a situation because here these people have these expectations from you, and it's like it feels like they're controlling you when really they're not controlling you. It is just that you showed up and told them, hey, this is who I am and this is what you can expect from me. Because the chameleon part of the number 9 energy is a survival mechanism for most. So naturally you will fit to the mold, and then eventually you'll realize, well, that's not who I am. I just fit to the mold in order to figure it out. I just fit to the mold in order to understand it. Similar to how people strongly associated with the number 9 energy tend to laugh a lot. And I like to tell people, or when I'm around my clients with the strong number 9 energy, I have to use my empathy to know that if they are laughing because they are in agreement and feeling joy with what's being said or what's happening, or are they laughing because they are uncomfortable or they are afraid. It is important for you to know these things for yourself and know if you're laughing because you're uncomfortable, laughing because you're afraid, and just be clear to yourself about what's important to you, what matters to you. But just know that with everything happening in the world needs more humanitarians like you, and you are well connected and well liked. And if you don't believe it, ask the people around you. Trust me, you are. This is a great opportunity for you to use all of those skills that come so natural to you, connect people, and just make a difference in the world, because you have what it takes to do that. If you've made it all the way to the end with me, please drop a number 9 in the comment box below, or just share with me. I would love to hear from you. Please like this video to support the channel, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.